name is Rebecca and I'm going to explain steps through 1 through 4. Step number 1, we need to get the domain of the function. This is our original function. So to obtain the domain, we need to find our restrictions, and we know that they are plus minus 1, square root of 1, and we know that this is our domain. X belongs to all real numbers except plus minus square root of 1. Now we need to find the symmetry. We need to put a negative sign in the function and solve it, and we found out that this is an even function and it's symmetric to the y-axis. Step number 3, we need to find the x and y intercepts. To find the x-intercepts, we know that we need to equalize everything to 0, and we obtained that we have an x-intercept in plus minus 2, and then on the y-intercept we substitute every x with 0, and we obtained that we have a x-intercept in 4. And to find the vertical isotopes, we need to find the limits from the left and from the right with each restrictions, and here we have 2, -1 and +1. So we found out that we have a vertical asymptote in -1 and in +1. That's it.
I am Valentino Morales, and I will explain to you number 5, the horizontal asymptote, the 6 critical points, and 7 first derivative test. So we have our function, and we have to evaluate it from x approaching to infinity and minus infinity. The type is infinity over infinity, and after substituting the values, we get that 1 as a result. So we have an horizontal asymptote in y equals 1. Then the critical points, which is to get the first derivative of the function, which is the quotient rule that leads us to 6x over x squared minus 1 squared. Then equalize it to 0, and we have that x is equal to 0. So we have to find 3 values, 1 before and 1 after, to look at the direction of the graph, and it gets us the sign minus, minus, and plus. So it will be decreasing, decreasing, and then increasing.
And I'm going to take you through the points 8, 9, and 10. So here you have to get the point of inflection, and for this you have to take the derivative you got before, and you derive it, and what you get it's a quotient with a chain rule. So when you get your results, you have to equalize it to 0, and the part in the bottom has to the other side multiplying. And here you have a square root, so we couldn't have a negative square root, so it doesn't work, you need it. So you use this and you get plus minus 1. So after you got your point plus minus 1, you do the concavity test, you take it on before and after the 0, and what you get that is minus plus minus, which is that, how we do that. And after that you have to graph it and figure out the range. So we got with our x and y intercepts and our vertical asymptotes that this one goes down with the restriction over here, and this is a
Parabola.
And well, in range we got that is it goes from minus infinity to 1 and to 4